Hello and welcome along to Mondo Chelloveck Movies. My name is John, and this video is going to be talking about Enter the Dragon 4K that's just been released today. As you know from the Arrow Bruce Lee box set that was released last month, this is the only thing that wasn't retreated to a 4K remaster. Yes, there's a few Blu-rays in there, but unfortunately they just couldn't probably get an agreement with Warner Brothers because they wanted to release their own version of it. Fair enough. It's a bit of a shame that happened, but never mind. Here it is now. So what I'll do is, as I do with most of my videos now, I'll put some screenshots on of this release I've taken from my phone, and as you'll see, there's a really good upgrade in the quality of the colours. So I'll do a screenshot between the 4K, the Blu-ray, and believe it or not, I've got a screenshot of when I got a copy of the Laserdisc, which was the only way you could sort of get this uncut. I think it's a second generation copy from the Laserdisc. Now it was full widescreen at the time. To see Bruce Lee films in widescreen was a treat in itself because we were obviously getting the pan and scan stuff when you're missing loads of action going on the sides. But to see this in widescreen was a revelation. So first up is the amazing, I thought at the time, copy from the American Laserdisc, then the Blu-ray, then the 4K. It was strange to find that clip because I had all of the Bruce Lee movies from Laserdisc copies. That was, like I say, the only way to get your collection up to the uncut stage. And then, of course, the Blu-rays came out uncut, and then everything at this point is uncut. Yes, there's a few scenes that are kind of missing from there. Probably, well, hopefully they'll get found one day. At this point, I think that the Bruce Lee box set from Arrow and this disc is the actual pinnacle of the Bruce Lee collection. If you want to go and collect Bruce Lee, get the box, get this one, and then you're done. So I think the art on here is absolutely brilliant. Really detailed. Great picture. Get some good spine. You don't get any of the spines with the cutouts in it, which I like. This is a thinner disc. It's actually like a US size disc. It's the thinner version. Would I preferred the bigger one? I think I would have done actually with this one. In this set, you get the 4K and the Blu-ray. Now, the Blu-ray is the same Blu-ray that we've had time and time and time again. Unfortunately, I was really hoping that the new remaster they did for the 4K would have been, they would have got a new disc and put it on there, but it's not. This is the same disc that you find on this one, you find on the medium rare box set, and you also find on the Arrow box set as well. So unfortunately, you don't get any new special features, which is a bit of a shame because even if they got somebody just talking about it, even if they got like up-to-date interviews, kept all this stuff on because there's some great stuff on there. But, I think they could have went that little bit, a little bit special for this because of what it is. And obviously you get the brand new big special edition of this, which is quite expensive. You don't get any new special features on there. I would imagine you get this disc in there as well. Bit of a sort of letdown on that. On this disc, you do get some upgrades actually. I'm talking about there's no upgrades, there is upgrades on here. You get Dolby Atmos on here. Now you get a Dolby Atmos track on the 4K, and you also get the original mono. And the Dolby Atmos track, the bass on it is super heavy. Now it's going to take a little bit of getting used to because I'm quite used to the mono soundtrack on here. And the good thing is when I heard it, I thought it was really booming, but it didn't really overtake it. But I haven't really watched the film; I've just watched clips of it, and it was really sort of strange to hear, especially at the start, some really big throbbing bass, which I really wasn't used to at this time. But yeah, so you've got your Dolby Atmos, which really is an upgrade. It comes across a minus 7.1 true HD audio. And on the disc you get 5.1 actually. That's the only version you get. So it's good to have this. The mono track isn't available on here. So it's good to have it on here. So you have got a bit of an upgrade on here in both ways. You can have the original mono soundtrack, or you can have this booming Dolby Atmos soundtrack. So that's a little bit, and you do retain the 5.1 there if you do like the 5.1 surround sound. So you have got a little bit of an uptick somewhere on the audio. But the main star of the show on here, apart from Bruce Lee, is the picture quality. The picture quality in here is absolutely stunning. Enter the Dragons always look good on physical media, but this one is just that much better. You've got the main upgrade I would say is in the colour. Also, the 4K picture quality is really sharp as well. So the bittersweet irony of this movie was that Bruce Lee was trying to break like America. He'd been trying to do it quite a few times. He'd always come across like sort of, I would say, a bit of racism to sort of keep him down. He wasn't allowed to flourish. The good thing about this movie is though that Bruce Lee actually got to see the finished cut of this movie. So he was well aware of what this movie was like. But sadly, he never got to see what a sort of global phenomenon this movie would have been when it got released. You could argue that with Bruce Lee's untimely passing, this made this movie kind of become something else. But for me, when you look at Bruce Lee's screen presence on his movies, especially this one, it would have been the first time I think that anyone from a sort of outside Hong Kong had actually seen him in a movie, and it would have been such a revelation because, like I say, Bruce Lee's screen presence is second to none. You could say this is also a bit of a bittersweet release because this is kind of the last thing. This is the last thing that we need to get for Bruce Lee on 4K. Now, you've got the Arrow box set, you've got this set, and this is kind of it. This is all gone. But there might be bits and bobs turn up in the future to do with Bruce Lee. I'm always on the lookout for it, and I will get anything that comes out that's kind of different. But I think that now we can kind of sit back and we can at last enjoy Bruce Lee's catalogue in the highest quality. So I highly, highly recommend this film and this disc because if you have never seen a Bruce Lee film before, this is the one to start off with. I think this has got everything in it, and then he can move on to his other work. There's not many films out there. There's only five in total, four real movies. This was his last movie, his last completed movie anyway. And also in this movie, who could forget the short cameo by the great Jackie Chan? Sometimes the word legend is overused, and when you talk about Bruce Lee, he is a legend. When you think Bruce Lee only made martial arts films for 2 years, it just shows you what a screen presence and what a legend this man was. So, thanks for watching. You take care, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers. Oh, Bruce, getting choked up.